All right. So, like I was saying, you can see these formulas up here, but you'd have to memorize them. We don't want to do that. In the exam, you're only going to be given this one formula, which is interest is principal times the rate times the time. And we know that that rate is divided by 100. Because it's given in a percentage, we have to change it to decimal. So I also showed you last time that about this triangle here. So we can put interest at the top divided by P times R times T. I would do this all the time, as long as you keep in mind that that rate is divided by 100. Let me show you how. Okay, so let's color code those. We've got the interest, or actually that's the rate. So interest rate, on the left you can see the interest rate there. We've got period of time. Sometimes they call it the term. So what is the term? That means the period of time, or how many years did it take. And then we have the principal. So those are the three that we want to mainly try and rearrange the formula to try and get those correct. Okay? So, like I said before, if we are looking for the principal, we cover that principal, and then, okay, I won't be able to go over there, but I'll take the tablet, why not? Okay, we said if you want to calculate the principal, we write P, and then we cover that, and what's left? I over RT. So then we know that's I over RT. Okay, what I would do is once you've got this formula, let's do the first one. So the first question says simple interest 5% per annum, $307 interest, so that's I, and 2 years, so that's time. We've got interest and R. Now you see that R is 5%. What I would do over here, right, principal, interest is 307. Let's write down all of the terms actually. Interest, $307. I know my rate is 5%. What I would do is change that interest to decimal straight away. So you don't have to work around the calculator to make it more complicated for you. So that in decimal, we know is 5 over 100. If you put that in your calculator, it's 0.05. So now that's the workable one we'll use. So that's the rate. So that's the rate we'll use. We've got the interest. That's 307, and we have the term, 2 years. So we write T, 2 years. So we're going to use, I'll color the interest with this one. So we've got that, and we've got, so we now, once you have all the values, you can then work out, just plug it into your formula, this formula here. Principal equals interest, you just plug that value, 307, that's that value I've plugged in, divide by the rate. Remember, don't put the percentage rate, you put 0.05, because you've already converted it. Right? Times the time period, and that's 2 years. And that's much easier for you to plug in your calculator. Can somebody tell me what they got? Tell me, Diana, 3,000? Dollars, good. Units very important. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, the next one, question 2a, is asking for interest rate. Okay, so the interest rate, again, I'll use my same triangle. Now don't get confused, you're seeing the word interest before it, but it's asking you for the rate. Rate is the percentage. It wants to know what that simple interest, how much percent is it being added by. All right, so We will take R. We write R on the side. We cover R. What is left? I divided by PT. Good. Now, you know this R, right? You're going to, when you get it, it's going to be a decimal. What am I going to do to convert it? Will I divide? We'll multiply by 100. Because we have it already in decimal. If it was the other way around, we'd be dividing. Right? So when it's a percentage and you want to go to decimal, we divide by 100. But if we're going to get it as a decimal, which this calculation will give us, then we have to change it by multiplying by 100 to change it to a percentage. So decimal to percentage, we will multiply by 100. And we'll just put that there. All right, so let's figure out what we have. We need to know interest, principal, and the time period. So we're looking here at question 2. So a loan of 10,000, what's a loan of 10,000? That is the principal. Good. So loan of 10,000, so principal 10,000. What is my interest? The actual interest? Is it over there, 2,000? And 2 years. Now remember, if I was not given this in years, what if it was given 6 months? Always divide by 12. If you're given weeks, what do you divide by? 52. Good. Okay, then you just plug in. I've got rate equals the time, interest 2,000, divide by principal 10,000 times the time, 2 years. Can somebody tell me what that value is? 0.1. What's that value, actual value there? 10? Did you get 10 or 0.1? Yes, good. Now, remember I told you to actually decimal to percentage, we have to multiply by 100. So to change to percentage, we take that 0.1 multiply by 100, and we know that the rate, the interest rate is? Good, 10%. Final answer. Okay, let's do one more, and this is really important. So again, period of time, or you'll say how many years, or what's the term I just said before the use? Term. I actually used the term in the sentence term. Okay, so it says investment of 1,000. What value is that? Is that the principal? Yes, that's my principal. Simple interest of, whenever you see that percentage, we know straight away that's R. Earning 50, which is the interest. Good. So again, that's our formula. I am looking this time for the term. So the term T, I'll write down T equals. Then I come and I cover the T. I divided by PR. All right. From here, who can tell me what's my interest? $50, good. What's my principal? And what's my rate? Now, to make my life easier, what should I do here? Yeah, we'll change that to a decimal. Change to decimal. And that gives us 0.05. How did I do that? I divided by 100. So, once I've got my formula here, I just need to substitute. So, T equals $50 divided by 1,000. Good, make sure you use that value because we've already converted it. 1 year. Very well done.